Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and you are watching TTV News, some latest events in the province. And now coming to details. Ladies and gentlemen, the fire occurred at the house combining venue in London's business. Arrest 37902, Thanh Hào Quarter, Gò Dao Town, Gò Dao District. When the fire occurred in the house, there were 5 people sleeping, working, 1 dead, and 2 injured. Around 4 a.m. on August 7, 2023, Goya District Police received a report of a fire at Yen Yuen Clothing Shop, arrest 37902, Thanh Hào Quarter, Goya Town District. After receiving the news, the Goya District Fire Prevention and Fighting Police quickly deployed to fight the fire. After that, the Fire Prevention and Fighting Police Force of the Bronzo Police, the police of Bến Cầu District, the police of Trảng Bàng Town, and the fire team of VIG Company enlisted 9 fire engine, rescue vehicles, and water trucks to arrive firefighting scene. By 7 a.m. the same day, the fire was completely extinguished. The initial estimate of damage provided by the family was more than 10 billion Vietnam dong. On the same morning of August 7, Mr. Phạm Hồng Thái, standing deputy secretary of the Bronzo Party Committee, head up the National Assembly delegation of the province, together with the leaders of the Bronzo Vietnam Farmland Bronx Committee, Bronzo Police Security, and leaders of Gò Dao District, visited the family Mr. Trung Nguyen Yin families, born in 1974, living out to Thanh Hà neighborhood, Gò Dao Town, Gò Dao District, and the whole house was destroyed by fire.
The delegation of provincial district leaders visited the scenes of the fire and encouraged the forces on duty to fight against the fires. After that, the delegation went to TayNinhTV Hospital to visit, encourage, and give the victims' families a gift to overcome the difficult time. On the same day, the delegation also visited, encouraged, and gave gifts to one fire prevention and fighting police and those soldiers who was also injured while on fire fighting duty.
In the morning of August, Ms. Nguyen Đại Thi, standing vice chairman of the Bronzo People Council and the delegation of the Bronzo People Council and Hoa Thanh Thao, had a meeting with more than 80 voters to Nam communes. At the meeting, voters of Nam Commune proposed the personal sector should survey and install the speed reducer signal in front of the gate of Trung Temple, should relocate power poles at LA 11, William Ban Street. Administrative procedure for renting land use rights are cumbersome and time-consuming. The issuance of health insurance card according to household is still slow, making it difficult for people to go for medical examination and treatment with health insurance. In addition, voters suggested that the local authority, when adjusting a new land use planning and expansion planning, need to widely inform the people, so as to give orientation for farmers to convert verb and material sustainable farming, avoiding the abandonment of wild fields. Delegates of the People Council at 2 levels and the local administration of the town shall record and explain the opinion and recommendations of voters within their competence. All the comments will be synthesized and will be proposed to relevant sector to resolve in the near future. Statistics from Navigator's Group, a survey of more than 1,000 employees and 400 enterprises in the market. In industry in the field of manufacturing show that 58% of manufacturing workers have 30 to 50% of their total salary cut.
At the same time, employees also have their working hour cut. Overtime pay also reduced and do not receive benefits as usual. Human Resources experts said that reducing working hours and cutting labor are the 2 dominant choices of businesses and employers, besides solutions to reduce production lines or close factories to optimize costs in the current difficult context.
Currently, along with the development of the economy, the introduction of many reputable branded products accompanied by figures, counterfeit brands also appear, and this affects the reputation of the business. It brings upon the price and interests of the products trademark protected by intellectual property rights. For example, TayNinhTV paper is the product of TayNinhTV Paper, a company which has many prestigious titles in the market and has strong sales volume. But that's why this is also a counterfeit product, counterfeiting the brand name in large quantity. This, in addition to affecting the reputation of the business, also causes damage to consumers, especially in terms of health. According to regulation, intellectual property rights are the rights of organizations and individuals to intellectual property, including copyright and rights related to copyright, industrial property rights, and right to plant variety, Article 4 Law on Intellectual Property. And other violating intellectual property rights when detected will be handled in accordance with current law.
And recently, the Provincial People's Council issued Resolution number 52 on regulating tuition fees for the public educational institution from the academic year of 2023 to 2024 to the academic year of 2025 and 2026. Accordingly, from preschool to high school in urban areas, there will be a tuition fee of 300,000 Vietnam dong per student per month. The rate of collection of 100,000 Vietnam dong per student per month is for rural areas from preschool to lower secondary school. Particularly, high schools in rural areas will collect 200,000 Vietnam dong per student per month. In case students study online, the tuition fee will be equal to 50% of the prescribed rate corresponding to the region of each prescribed level of study. In the morning of August the 4th, the Steering Committee of the Prevention and Control of Crimes and Social Evils and Building the Movement of All People to Protect National Security in TayNinhTV words of TayNinhTV City. The model of child groups to propagate crime prevention with over 3,000 members participating in order to maintain and further promote the achievements. Vice Chairman of TayNinhTV City People's Committee Lương Bá Cang requested the party committees and local authorities to focus on and further promote propaganda, launch more strongly emulation movement on people protect national security, gather and maximize the role of the people in the fight against crimes and social evils, contributing to the economic, cultural, and social development in the locality. On this occasion, the People's Committee of the TayNinhTV City presented certificates of merit to individuals and groups with outstanding achievements in the government and of the whole people to protect national security.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story of raising the regional minimum wage once again heard when the competent authority have not yet made the plan to adjust the regional minimum wage. As expected today, August 8, the National Work Council will hold the meeting to propose the regional minimum wage increase in 2024. The increase and when to apply have to ensure the ability of businesses to pay as well as meet the minimum living needs of workers. A survey by the Institute of Trade Union Workers last year showed that nearly 59% of workers did not have any saving. In the context of reduced employment and income, the desire to raise the minimum wage as soon as possible has become something that many workers are particularly concerned about. Capital income has decreased because for many months now, the company has often let go of work early because of few orders. Plus, after paying for accommodation and daily living, Mr. Tan doesn't have any more money left over. I hope to increase my salary a bit because both my wife and children here don't earn enough to live on. Working as a worker in Guam Ministro Park, Hanoi, where the minimum wage in the region is the highest, in total monthly income is only 5.5 million Vietnam dong per month. Therefore, every time there is information about the proposal to increase the minimum wage, workers like her are lowest monitors. I hope to adjust the salary soon so that the husband and wife and children can stabilize their lives. At the Employees Forum in 2023, besides housing and sustainable job, how to improve ways is also what workers send the most to the National Assembly and the government. Wish it to increase the minimum wage to ensure a living. But surveyed by the Institute of Trade Union Workers at the end of 2022 showed that nearly 59% of workers had no saving and their income decreased to 5.9 million Vietnam dong due to the impact of job cuts. The average total income of workers, including salary, overtime, and benefit, is about 874 million Vietnam dong per month. But the spending level is about 10.3 million Vietnam dong. Income only meets 83% of expenditure. This standard of living was surveyed at a time when electricity, gas, and water prices had not yet increased. Salary increase is justifiable to help employees have the motivation to work and peace of mind. The minimum wage increase is a regulation that has been implemented for many years and is a legitimate aspiration of employees. However, while the socio-economic situation is difficult and very slow, the proposal to increase the minimum wage needs to be weighed, measured carefully, taking into account the health of the businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, on June 29, 2023, the government officially issued Decree number 42 on adjustment of pension, social insurance allowance, and monthly allowance. This policy will take effect from August 14, 2023. In the province, when this policy is implemented, it will have a direct impact on more than 16,000 people receiving pensions, social insurance benefits, and monthly allowance.
It's a retired official who has been retired for more than 30 years when she was informed that she was eligible for a pension increase in this period. The government decision to increase the wage is a good thing, but when friends met, they say that this month's salary increase, the next month's salary increase is very happy to receive the salary like this. In general, retired cars are very excited because the party and the state have timely adjusted the salaries in order to ensure the life of the entire cars and the workers. Retirement in the future is better, but the retirement in the past is better, the salaries is low, but now when it is adjusted by the state to make it fair, not only pensioners but also policy benefit carriers, in general, for meeting friends, the state considers the timely adjustment is very good. According to Decree number 42 of the government, in this period, there will be 9 groups of subjects with increased pensions, in which from July the 1st, an increase of 12.5% on the pension, social insurance allowance and monthly allowance of June of 2023 for pensioners and social insurance benefit carriers will be adjusted monthly meeting before January the 1st of 2022. Adjustment to increase by 20.8% on pension, the social insurance allowance and monthly allowance of June of 2023 for pensioners, monthly social insurance allowances from January the 1st of 2022 to before the 1st of July of 2023. And currently, the provincial social insurance has coordinated with the provincial post office to fully prepare the procedures to pay the benefits to the benefit carriers in a timely manner. Has also urgently prepared to notify all the payment points about the time payment changes compared to other months. It still start paying from August the 14th of 2023. Besides, it also communicated to all employees in the post office information about the payment schedule online, or we can postcard on Zalo, Facebook, as well as contacting some of the retirements to inform them about the new payment schedule. it can be said that the increase in pension this time is a great effort of the state, contributing to improving the life of retirees, especially those who retired before 1995.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today TTV News. Thank you for watching and see you next time.